Good morning. Welcome to Creating Fun Art. I'm working on clay. I have a clay cat here that I have designed. Okay, so I'm putting in his whiskers. I pressed them in through the clay, but it wasn't good enough. And so I'm going to add these whiskers back onto the clay cat with a couple of tools that I have here. I'm using Mod Podge, which is kind of like a glue that I found really works well when it comes to clay for sticking. I may have to hold it there for a while. Let's see if I can put a little hole there. Let's see if I can get this piece in. You can always paint once you get the little straws in. It's better to do this when the clay is soft. So I'm just going to cut. Okay, so that's holding. This side is doing good. So now I'm going to see if I can put a couple of droplets. This turns clear once it dries. And so I'm going to see if I can do a little bit of a buildup here to give those whiskers something to attach themselves to. There you go. Perfect. And again, this turns clear when it dries. I'm just trying to secure the whiskers. And then once that turns clear, I'm just going to take some jet black acrylic paint and paint over it, and you'll never know that that paint was there. I mean, the Mod Podge, the glue, was there. Okay. All right. So now, what I want to do this morning is just share with you how I made this cat. I took some clay, and I always keep my clay wrapped up in a tight container. So I simply took some clay off of my clay block. In this case, I have some. This is just air dry clay. And I rolled my clay. I rolled it out. And I have a cat that I drew last year. This is the cat. I drew this cat by hand, and then I painted this cat with acrylic paint and put a couple little bugs that are flying around above the cat. And I thought this was so cute, and I wanted to do it in clay because I love clay, because clay is so natural. And I've decided to do a lot of my artwork in clay, pictures for my wall, different things for my tables, and even get into clay pottery later on. But being able to do this cat in clay really just, plugs me in and help me to really know that I can actualize this clay dream that I have. So I rolled my clay, rolled it out, and I took this cat and I just traced the cat on top of my clay. And then I cut him out. That's how I did that. Oops. Okay. So now, again, thank you so much for tuning in today. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. And if you like clay art, or if you do clay art yourself, leave a comment. Let me know what type of artwork you're doing, or if you just enjoy watching artwork online. All right, so this cat is an acrylic tangerine cream. A really pretty color. It's a gloss. It's a gloss tangerine cream. And I'm using a jet black to outline the fur of the cat. It takes that Mod Podge a little while to really dry and turn clear, but it'll get there. And this is a jet black acrylic paint. It's a gloss. I like painting on a lot of different surfaces. Today I chose this particular Corel. It's just a little saucer because you can easily wash off the paint that gets onto it, and it really shows up well on camera what it is I'm working on. The acrylic paint dries really fast. I want his full tail to be black. So I'm just getting into the little crevices here. There's a couple of things I can do with this cat. One, I can put a magnet on the back of the cat and put him on my refrigerator. Actually, this cat I like to give as a gift. So I may turn it into a magnet as a gift. Or I might ultimately decide to put a little thing on its back so that he's easily able to stick to a wall. So he can like go into a bathroom wall or even a living area wall. Now, if I do that, I would make some other cats to go along with him. Maybe some smaller cats, some more mini cats to go along with him on a wall. So maybe some cats that are, this half his height to kind of go along with them. If you think that would be cute, leave a comment. The other thing I can do is I can create some flowers to go along with him on the wall. All right, so if he becomes a wall design, I have some flowers and some different things that I've created that we can take a look at. For example, he could go on the wall and even some stars could go alongside him. I'd probably do about 2 or 3. Just like little stars above his head and put him on the wall. I think that would be adorable. And again, this white is going to dry. It's going to dry clear. So this could be cute on a wall. And so the stars could be an option. And then another option could be a flower. Here's a flower. This is a clay flower that I created. So he could be near a flower on a wall. That's another option. And so that flower would be cute with him. But here's one that's even more dainty. See, that's a delicate, more of a delicate flower. That could be on the wall with him. But I don't really like that color for him. So here's another flower that's even maybe a better fit for him. And putting those 2 pieces on the wall. So I could put this in a little gift package, and when they open this, they'll see the cat and the flower. It'll make a darling little gift. And then on the back, have some attachments where they can just easily take the gift out of the package and place these on the wall. And then I have another one. It's a purple flower. And that's cute. But I think so far the best fit would be this one. Let me know if you think so. I think that would be the best fit for him. And then even with that one, we could still do a few stars. And place him under the flower and just arrange the stars. That could be really cute on a wall or even on a table. There you go. That makes a cute little creation. Cute little design there. Okay. If you like any of this, leave it in the comments. Let me know so I'll know more of what it is that you're looking for, what you like. If you do clay, let me know. All right. So I'm just gonna all right. Now, a great way to finish this up is with varnish. I like to just varnish them. It's really easy. I take them outside and spread them out on the table when there's a nice cool wind blowing. And I just spray some varnish on them. And that makes this really glossy and pretty. And it makes it easy. It makes it so that the paint doesn't chip. Because, you can handle this a few days, and if you don't seal it with the varnish or resin, I don't know much about resin, so I just use varnish because varnish is easy. And varnish, I find, do well on my painted pieces. And so after, days, weeks of handling your pieces after you varnish them, it keeps the paint from chipping. So let me take a look the chat here. If you like the cat, let me know. If you like the colors that I've chose for the cat, let me know. Okay. This is air dry clay that I've used to create the flower. I didn't even color the back, so you can see the white clay. It's air dry clay. And even the star, I didn't do the back of the star either. There we go. And again, you have joined into creating fun art, and I've made a cat out of air dry clay. I've allowed the cat to dry overnight, and this morning I just started touching the cat up. I've used a tangerine cream for his body, along with the jet black to outline him. And I've used a couple of straws on either side of his face, so that he would have some whiskers. And he has that long black tail as well. I'll be using him as a gift for someone. I may turn him into a magnet, put a magnet on his back, or I may do some sort of an attachment where he can be attached to someone's wall. But he will make a darling gift. Thank you. Again, if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe to the channel. And if you like clay art, I have other videos where I'm doing other clay art. Drop by the channel and take a look at some of my other videos. Leave some comments. And if you have some questions about air dry clay or questions about something that you're working on, you can drop a comment and I'll respond. Thank you again so much for dropping by. And I'll see you during my next live session. I will talk with you then. Have a great day.